Hey, what's up, guys? Today we went to Betty's Area and we got an unusual with lemon ice cream and cherry granita. And he got apple caramel apple unusual with nuts and caramel.
Don't all caramel apple have nuts?
No.
I got a caramel apple unusual. For those that don't know what an unusual is, it's basically an Italian ice with ice cream. But they make a caramel apple unusual. So it's green apple granita, lemon ice cream, caramel, and peanuts. And I got extra caramel, extra peanuts. And then we got some wings.
Wait, I have to say it. And then we got some wings with barbecue fries.
Yep. Alright, bye.
Bye, guys.
They give us a fork. Maybe we're supposed to eat this with a fork.
Did they give us 2 forks?
Just one. Uno.
I call it.
We should probably count the wings this time, shouldn't we? Their barbecue sauce pretty good.
It is.
This is our Father's Day episode, so I'm just going to be quiet and let Alivia talk about all the great things about me for a half hour at least. Alright, go ahead.
This ugly fat ball.
Well, I already have to interject. Those are all lies.
He doesn't wash his hands when he uses the bathroom.
You know why though?
Why?
Because I don't touch nothing.
Yes, you do.
What do I touch?
Your front part and your back part.
My back part when I pee?
No.
Why would I be putting my hands in my booty when I pee? I don't sit on the toilet and pee like a girl and pat myself dry.
So,
You think I could?
nobody wants your junk juices
What you think I be having going
on the handle. I mean the knob in the bathroom.
I don't touch it.
Can I edit it? Can I edit this video? Why not?
I can start teaching you how to edit.
I want to edit this video.
So you done with praising me already?
Yeah, I don't like you.
What's your favorite thing about your Faja?
Your money.
Ah! You're cut off.
I'm playing. I don't have a favorite thing about you. I don't have a favorite thing about anything.
Yes, you do.
Except food. I mean, I never have a favorite thing about a person. If I like you, I like you.
You're so blah.
How is that blah?
I almost just pushed the fart out, but I forgot that the camera's on, so I was like, nope, can't do that. Almost did that one time with a girl.
For real?
I was asleep, and while I was asleep, you know how you like be asleep, but halfway up?
Yeah.
So like I was asleep, and I felt the fart, and I was like, can't do that.
Have you ever farted at school?
Not openly, like, brrr. Not like that. But
Like a little.
If it's an SBD, yeah.
What's that?
Silent but deadly.
I haven't farted, but I did something just as embarrassing.
What?
Snored.
Sleeping?
We were watching a movie. It was in 5th grade. And it was the last day of school. And we were watching the movie, and I fell asleep. And this is also embarrassing. I fell asleep on somebody's lap. And I wasn't even cool with them. I was just on my chair, and I sat next to them, and I fell asleep on their lap. But they didn't care, I guess.
It was a boy, wasn't it? I knew it. It was?
Yeah.
Y'all was cuddling.
And then, I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh. Because I can tell when I snore because if I have a good sleep, I know I snore.
Wow, they
So-
gave us like all flats.
We didn't have to ask, but
It's only like one drum in there.
I was like, did I snore? He was like, yeah. That's so embarrassing. When people hear me snore, it's so embarrassing. That was for you. Happy Father's Day. Give you my burp.
Woo. Woohoo. I need to slow down on eating these.
What, the wings?
I'm about to eat my third
I only
one.
had one.
I'm maxing, y'all. Maxing, relaxing.
Eat that drum.
Why I gotta eat what you tell me to eat? It's Father's Day. I'm eating what I want. She gonna tell me, let's go get sushi for Father's Day. I don't want no dang sushi. I want what I want. Why you don't ask me?
I'm supposed to pick.
How you supposed to pick what I want on Father's Day?
I'm supposed to take you out and pick.
But you supposed to take me out to what I might like.
Yeah, sushi. You like sushi.
I mean, I like sushi, but I don't like it like you do.
But you still like it.
Oh, dang. Dang, I made a mess. So what should we talk about today?
Me, since it's Father's Day.
Should I tell you the story about how I met my dad?
Yeah.
If you had to guess, when do you think I met my dad?
When?
Like what age?
Like 10.
16.
Jesus.
It was like 16, 17. And it was on accident.
I think there was no ranch this.
I know. I met my dad on accident.
How?
Actually, I didn't even meet him on accident. My mom accidentally met my brother, and that led to me meeting my dad on accident.
Kurt?
So, yep. So the story I heard, my mom told it to me like once or twice maybe, so I don't know what I forgot about the story. You know, if I can, you know how you heard a story so long ago that you may not tell it correctly. So, in my head, the way it went was I remember being, well, I don't remember. Okay. Well, I guess I'll say I remember Nani telling me what happened was she was at home asleep and her friend Stacy called and was like, "Where is Justin at right now?" And she like, "He's in his room playing his game." And she's like, "Are you sure? Go check." And she like, "Yeah, Justin, what, Mom?" "Yep, he's home." She's like, "Girl, there is a guy here that looks just like Justin, like so much to where I thought he was here." And she was like, "What?" And then I don't know what happened through their conversation, but it made Nani want to go down there and check, or made Stacy want to ask him who he was, or something happened where somebody ended up speaking to him. I can't remember if it was Nani going down there or Stacy speaking to him, but they ended up talking to him, and it ended up being my brother. That I think he didn't even live in Rockford. I think he was just in Rockford visiting at the time. So it was like by sheer coincidence that, you know, it's like, wow, this guy that looked like Justin, never seen him in my life. I thought it was him, and then it ended up being his brother that he's never met and never knew about.
Yeah.
So
They should make a movie about that.
it do sound like a movie storyline or whatever.
No more. No more.
Why?
Because I only had 2. How many did you have?
1, 2. Oh, you put your bones right on my bone?
Yeah, but I only had 2.
I think I had 3.
How you have 3 and there's only 2 left? You didn't.
How many
You
you
had
have?
all your 5. 2.
You ain't had no 2?
Yes, I did.
Man. But, so, then, through that, I ended up meeting my dad. Because I'm sure Kurt was like, oh, well, yeah, I'm, his dad's son or his brother or whatever. And I know how to get a hold of him. And, if we want to, I can set it up and link him up, whatever. I gotta take the lid off so I can actually get to this, you know what I'm saying? I remember talking to Kurt or my dad or somebody about us linking up or whatever. Oh no, I think I was talking to my dad. Me and him like talked on the phone a couple times maybe. And he was like, hey son, I'm sorry about everything and this and that, and I'm gonna try my hardest to make it up to you as much as I can. Or like if you want to, we can hang out and I'll take you shopping or whatever or something like that. And I'm like, oh fine, perfect, cool. So I remember him and Kurt coming over. I think Kurt had like a pickup truck, which doesn't matter. I guess you don't care.
Yeah.
But
I remember know what a pickup truck looks like. Oh, it's the ones with the thing in the back like that.
Yep, the bed in the back. Yeah, yep. I'm like, yeah, I want to go to Sports Dome and get some clothes. Me being a young boy, Sports Dome was like the place that I didn't really get to shop at much because there was a lot of expensive, or not expensive, it was a lot of higher price things than normal.
Was it like Nike?
It was like all the cool clothes, like they had Jordan shoes, they had like Girbaud jeans or whatever was in style then. Like Fat Farm maybe, or I don't know, stuff like that. In my head I had this illusion that, he was gonna take me somewhere cool and get a whole bunch of clothes or whatever. Almost just pushed that far out again. It's like it's going in. It's
just fart.
No, I'm not gonna do it. So we go there and we go shopping, and then I pick out an outfit. Cause when we get there, he's like, "Yeah, I'll get you an outfit. Just pick out one outfit, and we'll buy it for you." And I'm like, "Hell yeah, yeah!" It's like my dreams is coming true. Going to Sports Dome and buying an outfit. So I pick out a pair of pants and a t-shirt and throw it on the counter, and they ring it up. And I mean, to my recollection, it wasn't that much. It was like $100 and some maybe, which is, I guess, is a lot. But I remember him being like, "What? It's like 120? Oh hell no, hell no! Like you can get the jeans, you can't get the whole outfit." And I'm like in my head instantly, I'm thinking like, damn, I'm 17 years old, 16, 17 years old. Never seen you ever in my life, ever.
Never provided for me.
And all this time that, all the stuff that you could have been buying and whatever and this and that and helping out with, and this is your one chance to do something for me, and just this whole moment was built up, like take you shopping, get you outfit or whatever, and then just crushed. Like, nope, you can't get that. So that really made me sad and made me like resent him and not care for him and all type of stuff in that moment. I was very, 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 very sad. And I went home and I told Nani and Grandma about it, because Grandma was over for some reason. And as soon as I told Nani and Grandma got right up and was like, "Hell no! We're going and we're getting whatever he didn't buy." What did he? And Grandma never really had a job, never really, but she wasn't about to let that moment crush me like that. She could probably see that I was defeated and whatever. So we went back and bought the shirt, and I was back happy. But I was more happy with Grandma than I was with my dad. Maybe I could have appreciated that he still bought me some pants at least. But just the whole moment being built up to be crushed like that. The moment was whatever. All of the appreciation went to Grandma, not him. I always had these illusions in my head of what I would do if I ever met my dad. Like I would beat him up because I ain't never met him. And I'm this old, and everybody else got dads, and I don't. You know, or what would I say to him? Or never was able to beat him up or tell him how I truly felt about him because by the time I met him, I truly didn't care anymore. It was all. I was
Did
numb.
he tell you the reason why he wasn't there?
Mm-mm. I don't know. I truly don't know. I think he was chasing his musical dreams more than anything in his life or something.
He thought a kid was gonna hold him back.
No, I don't think he had a thought about a kid or a thought. It just never crossed his mind to be like, oh, let me go find my son, because he had all his other stuff going on, doing drugs and chasing music and surviving on his own. It wasn't like he was in a good position in life. When I met him, the first couple times I met him, I thought he was homeless because how dirty he looked and drugged out he looked and stuff.
He likes white girls.
I ain't never seen him with a white girl.
Kurt's mom is white, right?
Kurt's mom is white. Irene's mom is black. But one thing is after that, he did try to keep a relationship going. It wasn't like that was the only interaction I had with him. I probably seen him like 10 times before he died. And from the time I met him to the time he passed away, it was probably like a good 8 years. I probably seen him like once every 6, 7, 8 months. We just randomly call out the blue. Be like, hey son, you want to hang out? And, me being like, I genuinely wanted to know my dad. So of course, I'm like, even though I get crushed by that situation, the next time you call, I still have this illusion of, man, maybe something will happen this time and it would be awesome, so. But like, yeah, dad, let's hang out. What you want to, what are we going to do? And I've started to learn that it seemed like he wanted to hang out with me, but it seemed like it was motivated by certain things. Like he wanted to show himself off or wanted me to help him with some stuff. Like one time he had me, he was like, hey, you want to hang out? You want to do something? I'm like, yeah. What you want to do? He was like, well, me and my buddies was doing a roof on this house. You want to come roof with us? I'm like, yeah, whatever. And I go over there and I'm busting my ass. I'm like, what the you got me doing?
Were they helping you?
Well, yeah, no, we all had a job to do. I mean, he was trying to.
Who was doing most of the work?
Well, they was up on the roof doing work, and I was like picking up the shingles on the ground and stuff. But I'm like 17, 18. Like I'm like I don't want to do this. He told me afterward. He was like, I figured, we could spend some time together, see each other, and I could help you get some money from working. I'm like, yeah, I feel that. But the next couple times he called about coming and helping roof, I'm like, hell no, I'm good. I want to do that hard ass work.
He kept asking you to help after
He asked
that?
me like 1 or 2 times after that, and I'm like, man, I don't want to do that. I remember one time he called to hang out, and it was like he was showing himself off. He was like, hey, you want to come to church with me, son? I'm like, yeah, I'm not really into church, but whatever. My illusion of wanting to know my dad, hang out with him or whatever.
Can I have a bite?
You still got 3/4 of yours left.
I know, it's hard to eat ice cream.
So when he picked me up, he like, I figure you would want to come watch me play at the church. And I'm like, I guess.
I'd be like, why would I want to do that?
Come see what my dad does, So I went to the church with him, and it was just me, him, and his band. So I had to sit in the church row, the rows.
And
His band.
Oh.
I had to sit in the pews by myself while he played, behind the preacher. I was like, well, that was like a waste. Well, to me, and being young, wanting to spend time with my dad, and in my head, I was like, that was a waste. Like I just sat in the crowd for like 5 hours watching you play and watching a preacher preach. It wasn't fun for me. And then later it started turning to me feeling like I was being used, because he would call and be like, "Hey son, you want to hang out?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's hang out. What you want to do?" Like, "I got a gig at this bar, I can get you in." I'm like, "Hell yeah." By this time I'm a little bit older, so I'm like, "Hell yeah, I can get into a bar." He's like, "Yeah, of course I'll get you in." I'm like, "All right, perfect. Hey, but on your way, can you get me a pint of Hennessy?" I was like,
Wait, then why would he ask you to bring alcohol when you're at a bar? When you're
"Cause
at
I
a
didn't have no money."
Mm.
Well, he wanted to drink before or something. I don't know. I'm like, yeah, whatever. All right. And me being young and wild, I knew what liquor stores would sell me liquor, because we all used to be young and drink and stuff. So I go get him a pint.
Wait, how old were you when you first when you first got alcohol from whatchamacallit?
What?
When you first bought alcohol. How old were you when you first bought alcohol?
Probably like 14, 15. But we bought it. We didn't buy it. We would stand outside the liquor store and ask people to go in and buy it for us. My first time actually buying alcohol was probably like 18, 19.
They wouldn't ask for ID?
Nope.
Why?
Because there's some places that are like that.
They're just like, I don't care. Here.
No, they're just
give
trying
me
to make money.
Yeah.
Through all of those experiences I had with him, I truly can't think of like one good time I had with him, like where I was like, man, that was a good time. I'm glad we spent that together. Because it's always very weird and awkward, and me wanting to have like this fun time with him, and never was it really like that. Never would I really imagine my relationship being with my dad when I finally get to meet him. And then I remember being at work and then them calling and saying he passed away. And when they called and told me he passed away, I didn't even get sad or cry, or I almost truly didn't feel no emotion about it.
Would you say just like, oh really?
He was staying with his sister Myrtle in Florida. He was on dialysis and not doing well. And
What's that?
dialysis is where your liver isn't working right, I think. Your kidneys ain't working right. So it's this machine that they hook you up to that does your kidney work for you. Like, it filters your blood out and puts it back in. You have to go do it like, once a week, once a month. He had to do it like almost every day. I remember he started to call me a little bit more when he was on dialysis down in Florida. And would try to, have like conversations with me and stuff. And I appreciated it.
Wait, what's his funeral in Rockford?
Yeah, she cremated him and flew his ashes to Rockford and had the service there. But I remember one of the conversations we had. You're not gonna eat these wings?
Yeah.
I know I ain't eat all my wings.
No.
I'm eating one of them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I remember one time he had called because
You would take the big one. I thought there was only... Get away. Get away from me. Get out of my car.
I remember one time he called and he was tired of doing dialysis. And his situation was so bad that they told him that if he stopped doing dialysis, he'll probably pass away in like a week. So I remember him calling me and telling me, like, hey son, like I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this dialysis stuff. I'm through with it. I just want to be done. He's like, so I just wanted to call you and have this conversation with you because I'm probably not going to last long, and I'm not doing dialysis no more. I don't want to do it. So I just want to talk to you and tell you that I love you, and this might be one of our last times.
You don't even know him.
I
He
mean,
doesn't even know you.
this was like 6 years after we met.
Yeah, still.
I mean, we kicked it. We talked on the phone once in a while. I mean, you still know a person. You just don't know them like me and you know each other. It's hard to explain. I knew him in a sense. You know, I know who he was. I know where he lived. I know his phone number. I mean, I know. It's like 6 years later. Anyways, so he was like, I just want to have, I just want to tell you that I love you and so on and so on and this and that. And I remember hanging up the phone thinking like, dang, like he probably about to pass away because he didn't sound good at all. And then like 2-3 days, or like maybe a week later, I can't remember if I got a call or a text. It's like he passed away. And when I got that text and seen it, like I didn't even feel nothing. Like, and I was upset with myself that I didn't feel nothing. And then I started to feel something, and I started to realize that I was more upset that I didn't get to learn like who I was or learn anything about myself through him, before he passed away or just even at all. Like, there's so many questions I have.
Like about your family?
Yeah, like about I don't know everybody in my family I've kind of met on, well, I want to say on accident, like people inbox me on Facebook, be like, are you related to so and so? And I'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, dang, you like my cousin. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so basically I was upset when he passed away. I was upset about not being able to learn about me. Like there's things that people do that you don't even know you do because of the person you come from. Like when I would see him, I would see like the way he would hold his hands and his pinky and stuff like that, and like his hands would always be like spread open when he do stuff. I even see Kurt do it, and I'd be like, wow, that's where I get that from. So like stuff like that, like my characteristics, my traits, my people, my family. Like I didn't get to learn none of that before he passed away from him. I can hear it from other people's mouths, but I want to learn that stuff from him, through him. I want him to tell me about his life. I want him to, tell me about all that. So I didn't really care that he passed. I just cared. I was upset that I wasn't able to learn who I was. So, things like that are the reason why I try to be the best father I could possibly be for you, because I truly don't want you to have that same experience growing up, not knowing your dad not being ish, and so on and so on. So it makes me try a lot harder than what a normal person probably would for having, a relationship with their child, because I don't want you to have that same experience. And sometimes I hope that you get, that I try my hardest to be a good father and have experiences with you, and I make a lot of sacrifices in my life for your sake. Like me doing this real estate stuff. Most of this stuff isn't going to benefit me as much as it's going to benefit you if it keeps going the way it is. Maybe I can build up an empire big enough one day where I could pass it to you, and then by the time I pass it to you, it'd be on cruise control to the point where you don't have to do nothing really.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm just saying, like, if the whoever created McDonald's, they don't do any work no more. They just sit at home and collect a check, basically. Because McDonald's runs itself, the corporation runs it, so on and so on. Not to that extreme. There will be stuff you have to do to build it and maintain it and keep it going. But what I'm saying is, I'm putting in the groundwork, the hard work now, sacrificing my life for the greater good of your life. And
then I can give it to my kids, and they can just be
even
even more lazy.
I ain't say all that.
Uh-huh.
I ain't say all that. First of all, you gotta earn it. It's not given to you. If I see you ain't shit, and your kids ain't shit,
I'm not going
and
to
your
be.
man ain't shit, then you ain't getting
I'm
shit.
not going to be.
Yeah.
What does a man have to do with anything?
Well, depending on your life and relationship, I'm not gonna pass something down to where he would benefit from it in a sense. I mean, yeah. Well, not. I mean, like you, where he would use you to get the benefits of it. You know, like if I pass it to you and you pass away, you know, then what he get it after you, you know. Basically, in the things that I leave to you, there's going to be stipulations and things like that, you know. But whatever. End the video. Peace out, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Holla.